Is it happening?
Oh, okay, nah, it's cool. Nah, man, I'm happy to be here. Happy to see you guys. You guys are looking good. Yeah, how are you guys doing?
We're good. We're super excited to have you here. You know, we're about to be school ready. You know?
I don't know, you always put the pressure.
But it's like an event. You know, when you're looking forward to something and you just can't wait for it to start. You know? This is it right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Look at that smile. Mr. Thomas,
I know that smile. That smile really stands for something.
It's like it's about
I'm
to get done.
nervous.
We are about to get
That means
school,
I'm
dude.
nervous. I'm nervous.
Mr. Get Things Done.
Yes, sir.
Why do they call you Mr. Get Things Done?
Now, actually, because I actually called myself Mr. Get Things Done before they called me Mr. Get Things Done. Because the whole idea around Mr. Get Things Done was simply that with and Zandot.
Yeah.
So that name for me was motivation, not to then say that I was always getting things done, but to always be held to my word.
Yes.
So my clients talk to me, and when people book me for a talk, they're like, dude, you know you gotta get things done, right? Because you missed to get things done. And then it kind of puts pressure, but I put myself in that firing line because I always want to be able to deliver 100% of the time, every single time. And sometimes you gotta put dreams, or you gotta put things out there so that you are held accountable to those dreams, so that you are also gonna be able to remind yourself that, damn man, I need to actually deliver on whatever merchandise, set up, events, set up all the time, because I've told them I'm Mr. Quality.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So, I mean, we've got March, you know, we're heading into the 3rd month of the year. I don't know if y'all can believe it, but I can't.
You know one thing I can't
brushed
believe is that why is Easter in March? If someone can answer me, I'd really be delighted.
It's
Why is
interesting
it
though,
March?
all these years. It's interesting.
No,
though,
I've never asked that question.
It's shifted somehow.
Exactly.
We're sleeping one night and then someone
It moved
just...
from April.
Hey,
Hey.
Christmas one day will be moved to my birthday in January.
But I mean, what are we supposed to look forward to? What are we doing? Where's our mindset at in March?
I think for me, one of the things that have been heavily on my mind the past few weeks is the idea of building in silence.
Yes.
Okay.
In the beginning of the year. I mean, we're beginning the year, right? So, I mean,
Yes.
last month we were talking about putting the thing together, having the right mindset. Now, when we got the right mindset out the way, now, what biggest motivation and inspiration to people is build in silence. Because what you need to understand is that when you give off too much of the dream too early, you kind of jeopardize the growth of the dream.
Okay.
And there's savages out there that are willing to take the dream. Now, the thing about building something and then being loud about it before it's even built, or talking about it before it's even matured, is there are people that are already strong and have the capabilities and the resources and the finances to take that idea and turn it into what you don't even think it's going to be. So whenever you've got ideas and big dreams, keep them to yourself and only give to people what you need them to assist you with. Give them essential components that are relative to that one thing, but don't give away the whole entire thing. It's like the idea around Apple phones. It's a plug-and-play system. What I mean by a plug-and-play system is you need the cell phone in order to work the iPad. You need the iPad in order to work the iMac. You need the iMac in order to work all these things. And then all these things are run by iTunes. So they are selling you a product, but essentially they are also pulling you back because they understand that you're going to have to come back to work the iTunes, to work the products. And when you download the things, you can't use them on any other interface. That is how you need to go into March. That is how you need to go into the rest of the year, going through stealth mode. I mean, one gentleman that I know very well, he always loves saying that it pays to disappear. It pays to disappear because when you show up, you're going to show up stronger than ever. Why?
Yeah.
Because when you disappeared, their attention was never on you.
Yeah.
And you were able to study other people. You were able to also put yourself in a position where you were undermined. You were able to be in a position where you were learning for other people's mistakes.
Okay.
Be the guy who shows up at a networking session and you just remain silent for a few minutes and you watch what the mood is. When you have observed what the mood is, you then go in for the kill, because you have then positioned yourself in such a way that you actually gonna go in and take over. Why? Because you put the time in. Why? Because you put the time in. I mean, there's a story. When you drive to Botswana, there's a city, I think it's before Botswana or Lesotho, one of the two. There is a place there's a lot of guava trees.
Okay.
And, I mean, this guy asked this one lady, but why are there so many guava trees? This lady was like, years ago, when people would drive in here, some guava and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So people would buy the guavas, and before the border gate, they'd chuck them out the window. And then years later, the seeds that they chucked out the window fell into the ground and they went deeper and then they started to grow and become guava trees. So there was no need for the guys who were selling the guavas anymore. And how I narrated that story to me was the fact that going deep and going underground means it's not going to happen in the next month or the next 2 months. But you like that seed that was chucked out the window. You keep sending proposal, they chuck it out the window, keep going. You keep going out there, knocking on doors, people throw you out. But you need to understand one thing. The proposal that they throw out are a seed that might fall onto fertile ground that will grow and become a guava tree. That people will be able to go and pull down of its fruit because you're put in the time. Put in the time by disappearing. Because you need to go back and you actually need to get things done. In this point, moving forward, we're not talking about stuff anymore. But we are designing and we're developing things. But how are we developing in stealth mode? When do we show up on Instagram? When it's done and we're celebrating that 40 million.
Yes.
We're celebrating that 100 million. We're celebrating that CEO position. You know what I said during the weekend closing?
Oh, yeah?